Hey, buddy.
Regardless, people should have the right
Did you
to
read
say.
today's paper?
No. Did not see it.
You guys let me know how's the volume. Starting a little early. Just let me know how's the volume. John, how's the volume, bro? Is it good? Trying to make sure if the earbuds are working good or if I need to just go straight mic on the phone. You know what I mean? You know how that goes, John.
That was the only one in Boston.
You know how that goes. Sounds good. Alright. Now the question is the sound good from my phone? Here's our law enforcement. Yeah. Everybody here. Alright, got a couple static recordings going. I'll take you guys around for a second. Here's our mayor. Appreciate y'all being here. There's the lawyer. Mayor. Vicky. Mama Vicky. So that's where we're at so far. There's a few people still outside, making their way in. Like I said, I started a little early in case I had any malfunctions. So. What's up? Yes, that is. This Mr. Attorney right there standing. Insane. For sure. So, let me figure out where I want to put this camera. I think we're going to move around a little bit today. Hey, Heather. Good to see you. Thank you. Appreciate those thumbs up, guys. You know it helps the algorithm. So for now, we're just gonna chill back here. And what's up, ATL? Good to see you, bro. Right here. On the big screen, yeah, baby. We'll be starting shortly. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate those thumbs up. Not sure how everything's gonna go down tonight. The sign-in sheet for 3 minutes is back up, John. I'll show you guys that here in a minute. The citizens did get their right to speak back. So good job to all involved there. You're probably right, John. You're probably right. I'm surprised he's here, really. Right. Yup. Yes, I did. We're just staring them down. They're good sports about it, though. One on the left is new to me. I don't know him. People coming in. Come on, guys, get those thumbs up before this meeting starts. Let's get those thumbs up. Let's get to like at least 15 thumbs up. You guys can do that. Oh, a bunch of stuff out there. What's up, Main Street Media? Formerly Eminem. Yeah, we'll see what happens. There's going to be a couple people speaking tonight, a few different topics. The lawyer's here tonight. It looks to me like Mark is not here again. So that would be, what, the 9th meeting missed or something? 8th or 9th? I'd have to recount, man. Starting to lose count. Don't see him here so far. Let's move on up, because we got this guy. What the fuck is he doing here? Oh, Aguilar. This guy right here. Alright, so we're gonna move on up. We got the lawyer here tonight. Look at it. We got the sign-in sheet. I'm gonna show you guys this. Alright. John says, you people. Alright, that'll be the view. For now. I guess she's offended. Seems that way. But
If I was walking in here, I'd fall down.
he's here.
Kind of nervous.
America. World Journal. Welcome to the World Journal. Got tired and mad about the finger, guys. Maybe she had me thrown out. Fuck her. You people getting set up, guys. You're right, ATM. What'd she call it? Supplemental or something. She called her budget supplemental. Her mom's here to support her tonight, though, guys. Oh, Mama Vicky. She's here. Take a little walk around before we start. Observe everybody. Sign for the flag.
Approval of the agenda, the only thing on the agenda is the computer, general, both for cameras, we've already approved that. That's, the one for the wells, and the water tanks. We have to approve it, and we said they don't know what it costs.
I'd like to put on there, I guess, under old. I'd like to put on there, I guess, under old, the Bellotti line. The Bellotti line, I put down Shadow, and that back house for sure, for seeing good. Load, sorry.
With, changes on the agenda, the motion to accept.
The agenda with the addition of the voting line.
Control stand up, guys. Danger Chris, good to see you. Highly good to see you. It is. You're right, Alan.
Yes.
Approval of regular meeting minutes for October 3rd, 2023.
I make a motion to approve the regular meetings for October 3rd, 2023. Yes.
Approval of special meeting minutes for October 17th, 2023.
I'll make a motion to approve of the special meetings for October 17th, 2023.
of Aguilar. Alright, I just want to kind of lay some foundation here for what we're doing with going back to public comment. Typically, public comment isn't meant as a question and answer session, but it is a time for citizens to say their piece, whatever that may be. And again, understanding that the board can't make a decision because of the public comment that you make, because there's laws that require any board decisions be noticed on the agenda. So that way they can't bring up topics at the last minute without the right people being here to either confront those topics or make a statement. The best public comments are those comments that relate to something that's on an agenda item. Otherwise, you're talking and there's really nothing the board can do about it. I just wanted to kind of lay that out there because I think it's important that the board does want to hear from the community, and so they are adding public comment back to it. To just understand that it's not a question and answer session, and it's not useful for your time if you're just if you want to spark a debate, etc. As I think you are also aware, on the agenda today, we are going to have some discussion with some community members over issues that these members and other members of the community think are important and need to be discussed in the public setting, and the board has again agreed to that. So I'm going to read this real quick just so you understand kind of what the decorum is going to be for tonight. So it's important for the order of this meeting, the function of the government, that the presiding officer in a board of trustee meeting is the mayor. Maintain a meeting where all voices are heard, all business is handled, and no one is intimidated, and there is respect for all points of view. In the event any person significantly obstructs or interferes with the meeting by physical action, verbal utterance, or any other means, the mayor, as allowed by statute, may require such person to cease such behavior and or leave the trustee chambers or the meeting room. Should anyone fail to comply with the admonishment, they will be considered to be behaving with an intent to prevent or disrupt a lawful meeting. Mayor may request an officer, sheriff's deputy, or other person with authority be summoned, and we do have sheriffs here. Thank you. We all, both sides, enjoy having deputies present. Thank you very much for your time tonight, officers. So we wouldn't have to summon a sheriff, but the individual could be removed, and the sheriff's department could consider criminal summons for violations of state law that prohibit the disrupting of public meetings. So everyone's aware, anybody wants to discuss it at a later time, there are laws that require or that prevent disrupting of lawful meetings. I would just turn your attention to CRS 189108, CRS 189110, and then in more extreme form, CRS 188102. All those are state statutes that allow the lawful assembly of legislative sessions and prevent a person from disrupting the lawful assembly. With that, I think we're ready to start.
Yeah, at this time, yes. First one is Vernon Thorne.
Okay, Vernon, you have 5 minutes.
That's fun. There's a limit on how you can redress your government.
It's up to the board. You want to give 1 and 5?
I thought it was 15.
No, it's five for write-in, when you write in, and 3 when you do it right in here.
Well,
Get started.
you guys,
Go ahead. Get started.
Has anyone, before, has everyone read the statement? Anyone else? talk about, election fraud and the way the elections are handled and conflicts of interest, who's running the elections. There's, I thought Cora requested to get information to help everyone better understand what's going on tonight. But it seems like I got a bunch of double things in it. I've got, the election laws by statute, the complete things. You know, that none of this was in anything that I asked for in Cora request. I asked for certified, copies or certification on the judges. I've asked for, the meetings, the minutes of the meetings, which came out, what I received was basically just, the verbal part, some MP 3 and 4, and, that really you can't hear. You know, one of them, the meeting was 37 minutes long because I had the original thing to it, and all I received was 9 minutes of it.
What meeting was that?
That was one where the, code enforcement came up here and asked me for like 20 minutes. And Mary Grissom come up and done the same thing. You know, and even in these rules that I did receive from you on this, and this is part of my complaint for the election fraud. All of this happened to me here, and all of you two were on council, and you let people come up here calling misogynist, went through a whole list of things that you were supposed to investigate privately, and then come and deal with me privately on it. You let it happen just before the election, did not give me a chance to respond to anyone. You actually told that one that she said whatever she wanted, and she didn't have to answer anything I said. But you let that happen in public, just before the election. To me, that's part of the problem, because of what the way that you handled it, and the whole council approved of it.
I don't know what you're talking about. What you're saying is that I did something to mess up your chances, or what are you saying?
I'm saying from here to here, all of you did. Everyone would, you would come up here, and you're the mayor, you were supposed to investigate any charges against anyone on the council, and you were supposed to investigate. You even had the nerve to tell me in the council here at the meeting that you were investigating here publicly. Then you let Mary Grissom and Adam Castillo talk. And they read a page of things that done nothing but trash me. Every bit of it was a lie. And Mary Grissom never had talked to me. And that's why I tried to get people to say, but you didn't give me a chance to defend myself, and nothing the council would speak up either. This one was all lies. And then you let the people that work here do the same thing. And you know that's wrong. Come to this meeting and spend half an hour trashing me.
So, basically, you're getting off the subject on your election stuff.
No,
That you requested.
And I'm not getting off on the subject, it's all part of it, because you set the election up for me to lose.
A little hard to believe.
That's the term.
What do you guys think?
Well, I'm saying that by him letting people come in here on things he was supposed to investigate privately and discuss with me, as the only option that he had to do, just before the election, these people let people come up here and lie about them, and all kinds of, you wouldn't believe the stuff that they said. These people do, and most people sitting behind me were here when this happened. And that was just before the election, didn't give me a chance to respond. That was setting me up to lose.
What, was there an agenda item that had people on it, or was it public comment, or was it talking about?
The one time they were on the agenda, the other two times, it was code enforcement guy, he was on the agenda to speak about, building maintenance and things that he does. But then he goes into this reading the letter against me. But they didn't bring October, November, January, February, those 4 meetings, they said we have to not win the election. That is part of election fraud. I see you're saying no, but you don't.
I'm unaware, I'm sorry, I was not here, and I'm unaware of, what the ongoings during that time, but it sounds like it sounds understandable that you'd be upset about it, because it sounds like a personal attack where you didn't have an opportunity to respond, but I don't know, I wasn't here. If you were sitting on the board, it's my understanding, and correct me if I'm wrong, that you were appointed to an empty seat. And then there was a recall election. And now we're talking about, at some point, there was some public, what you're saying is there's some sort of public slander or libel against you that you are not able to respond to, is that correct?
Yes, exactly.
So typically, libel or, libelous or slander is dealt with, there's nothing, obviously, that I can do unilaterally. The board, of course, can, I don't know what they would do about it now other than apologize, but there's no, I don't know where there would be a conflict of per se fraud in that. But I do certainly understand that that's upset you. So I don't know what I can do about it right now. I can't look into it, I understand why you didn't go to the court requesting that, and now that makes sense.
Okay, and this whole thing to me is, and I've had all kinds of advice from the lieutenant of the sheriff's office, everyone, that I should file a civil suit. I'm not here to file any lawsuits, I do not want to do that. All I want to do is the next election is coming up, I want a fair election. Tyra absolutely had all kinds of reasons for her being the director of this election to be a conflict of interest. And this started even further back when she filed the name case restraining order.
Look at her rolling her eyes. Look at those
To
looking
keep
child
me from
guys.
taking that seat. That was brought up in an open meeting. You guys just blew it off. You thought, well, this is nothing. But that stays on my record for what, 3 years? That anytime anyone, and my attorney found it for me, on a charge that was absolutely wrong, to be in court. That all of these things were planned before. Excuse me? Are you part of town council? Or are you supposed to just use your right control to ask a question? And I didn't ask a question.
Let's get.
Anything restraining order was filed against me, and went against my character that was not heard before, and it was done to keep me from taking a seat here. So these attacks on me started from the month before I took the seat. And I understand the recall election, I understand how it went, that it's democracy, that's what happened, okay? I'm not complaining that part.
Yep.
But I am complaining the way that the whole thing was handled. I have receipts here from 2 judges for the one election and 3 judges for the other. And one of the judges, he's not in here, is Lee Garcia. And whenever I went through the receipts of the payment for the judges, he never got paid. So who did they pay this other money to?
That, you're talking about the, recount or
I'm
the
talking-
general?
That was the actual election.
Thanks
Now,
for
the
the thumbs up,
election
Dennis.
rules, and this is part of it, the election rule says that the director for the election should be voted on by the council, which did not happen. The judges are supposed to be picked 15 days before the election, and they're supposed to be certified.
Few people.
Lee Garcia was actually walking past and was dragging the drug in there that night. That's why I asked for certification of the judges. They're supposed to be certified, and then the vote, after it's certified, is supposed to be turned over to the county clerk. I I talked to the county clerk, that hasn't been done. You know, so this whole thing to me is a fraud.
Well, on that part, Vern, where Mr. Garcia was one of the judges, he was told to be a judge, he'd have to sit through a little course, which he said he did. So he was supposed to go about the streets and lobbying as a judge.
When did it happen? Because there should be record of this certification you're talking about, which I requested, that it's not in any of this.
James, I couldn't tell you, I'd have to look it up.
Okay, now, Kyrie, you know the date? And that's another thing, from the beginning of this, and we went through this whole FOIA request that I'll go into later on that. We went through all this, and the information that I should have received as a candidate was a list of the people who voted. Why is that so hard to give to me? Why is it so hard to give me a certification of the elections? I didn't get this, so he handed it to me on his way in. It was supposed, he thought he was under the impression it was with this mess. But I run into that with this council all the time. You wait until the last minute, and you guys waited till the last minute, till I got here, to do anything. Yeah, and I'm getting off this subject. I'll be back.
And you mentioned something, sir, earlier that I want to make sure that I keep in my notes and get it for you. What do you want to happen at the next election? How do we make the next election fair?
And you know what, I stop all this complaining right now if you get someone like, John Michelle, the district judge in Trinidad, to oversee the elections.
So you want a third party DOE?
Yes, not controlled by these folks here. It's a conflict of interest, the way that things are going here. And that's my whole purpose. I'm not starting to sue the town, I don't want a lawsuit,
So it seems to me, and I can't decide what the board, it seems to me that it doesn't, there's no personal interest for the board to be involved or have staff involved. So that seems like a reasonable thing to do. And I don't make the decisions, I will certainly clarify, I don't think that, I talked to every one of these board members, the trustees, it seems very reasonable to me. That they would probably, and you don't have to vote now, but I think that's something that we could say, or at least give Mr. Shore at this point, and say, look, if that's what we're going for here, this is gonna solve the problem. Why don't we decide to get a third-party DOE? That's easy. And actually, it's great because I do see the interpersonal conflicts here, on both sides. So why don't we just take the conflict out and get a third party? Is that something that this board would be on board with? Well, he said a judge, and I said a third party. We can't make somebody do it. We could certainly reach out to a judge, but he might be busy. But we could certainly come up with somebody that we all agree to. Is that, would that solve your problems?
if the district court judge agrees to it, would you use that?
I would say, why not? That'd be fine with me.
Attic Custom, good to see you. Dorian, good to see you. Can never hear him.
Yeah, and so if folks aren't aware, and if Tyron says she can, but doing an election is an incredible amount of work. It's not just these things that just appear, the ballots have to be made, every one of them has to be printed. When the ballots come in, the signatures have to be verified, and that's just like tip of the iceberg. I mean, Title 31 is a nightmare. An election is very complicated. So we have, like I said, so it would have to be someone that would volunteer and or a group of community members that would volunteer to help put some of this stuff together. Because if you're gonna have a different DOE, that person is gonna have a lot of work to do. If this judge wants to do it, fine, I'd be surprised because the amount of work that goes into it, but we can figure something else out maybe where we have like a committee that works on or something to make this work, like to have the third party have a DOE as the judge or whoever else is deciding. Will that work?
as long as the person is not from this community that has no,
Staff report, you don't staff report members, right?
no, but I don't want their best friend either.
No, I understand that, but it wouldn't just be a subterfuge, there would be actual third party doing it. Even if the town, I mean, it could end up being that we have, there are firms that do this for the town, but it costs money, and that's fine, but we might need to do that to start over and get this all laid out.
If the audit was done, we have plenty of money.
Well, and I think that's gonna get out this soon. So does that solve, so you said that's what you're going for, that's it, is it? Okay, let's do it. I think that's a reasonable request. You don't have to, you don't have to, it's on that. On that way, you can also set it for another agenda item and vote on it. Well, you can just vote that you're agree that, you could vote to, let's set it as another agenda item. Because you don't have to select the person now, but we do agree that we're going to select somebody else, right? And you'll vote
Now, to select someone else and,
Not right now, Bernie,
if they are.
because, we gotta find somebody that's gonna do it.
Well, I think we don't have to, the resolution will have to name a person or a firm for instant money, but I think you guys all verbally agreed on the record that you would vote for it. So I think that's that.
Benny, the sign-in sheet is here today.
Hire somebody or if the judge wants to do it, let him do it. I don't think they're gonna do it, that's not for us to decide.
You did have a sign-in sheet.
You, Mr. Thorne, I'll talk with them, and otherwise, if you want to, you can speak with me, and I can recommend a firm that does this, that's out of the community, somewhere else. No, it has.
And ready to drink to it, if it happens, so.
Awesome. All right, good.
Okay, next party is Linda.
Linda wasn't going to be able to make it, so me and Dave Gold were supposed to speak on that.
No, the top, I don't think there's a problem with it, because the top is noticed. Are we talking about, which one is this?
Dave, do you have any questions on the accountability?
Well, yes, I do. I would like to ask a question to the town council. Why has not anyone been held accountable for miscellaneous, inappropriate audits? That's what I'm here to talk about.
Well, it's not just
No,
completely
no.
audits. There's a lot of things that the council needs to take accountability for. Bouncing a check to the gas company, the filing of these quarter requests that get ignored for way past time for it to be done. The condition of the town, this building, all this comes under accountability. It's John's job to make sure that this town is run and maintained right, efficiently. But it's not, this building, there's really a chance of a 7-year water leak in this roof right here, that there's black mold in this building, which if it comes to that, will cost thousands of dollars to have it fixed. But all you have to do is fix the roof. I've been here 7 years, this leak that long. I don't know whenever it started. Look how long it took to get those steps tore out up here for the ADA ramp. Look at the tank up on the hill that years ago should have just been sandblasted and painted. There is no accountability for the actions of people here. The only 2 workers here that were really, knew what they were doing, one got fired, the other quit. But then we offer $14 an hour for someone that you want 26, 27 years doing this? That's ridiculous. That's accountability. That's all it is now. You know, and you gotta make a wage, you gotta have something to offer someone to come here. You're not gonna be able to hire inside the town limits here a qualified maintenance man, because they don't exist. You have assets, if you still own the Marshall's house, put an ad in one of the other papers, use that Marshall's house as someone experienced and bring them in from Pueblo or Colorado Springs, wherever you have to bring them in from. Then you'll have them living here, and be part of their pay, but you need to pay someone.
We've had the Marshall's ad in the paper for over 9 months,
For a marshal,
or a Marshall.
we're looking for someone to do that knows maintenance. Someone knows that half of what Derek knew. You know, somebody knows what's going on here.
Well,
You've
instead
been-
of adapting the town, why don't you help the town?
Excuse me?
Yeah.
And whoever the yeah is behind me, you know what? By coming here, what you're calling attacking the town is protesting the treatment we're getting, the condition of this town. All you got to do is look. The bathrooms over here don't work, the roof leak here, and no matter what anyone's saying, that's accountability. You need to take charge of what's going on. We spend thousands of dollars for a company to dig a hole with a backhoe. Whatever you get, you hire someone who knows what they're doing. Pay them.
Mr. Gully, I have a question for you. When you were on council, were you accountable?
Yes, I will.
And how was that?
I'm sorry, I'm hurt here.
I said, when you were on council, how were you accountable?
Now, was I accountable? I called Mark out, who sat right there where Dollar said, numerous times. And I asked him, pardon?
How did it help the town?
It didn't do nothing for the town.
And that's.
They was a person that was sitting right here where I'm at, that is a citizen in the area that came and questioned Mark, and you know what Mark said? Oh, that's out of my hands now, Donald Gonzalez is got to take it over.
Well, let's
That was the answer. I'm sorry.
stop a second, it's okay. Let's not, we don't need to,
Yes, exactly.
yeah, both sides, I mean, we don't need to ask, it doesn't need to be about one person or personal, but here's the accountability thing, I think. Almost 90% of what you mentioned has to do with capital improvement projects. And that's something that is on our comprehensive plan, right? And so I think a way to solve that problem would be to maybe agree to put, come up with some sort of priority of work and allow people to comment or take some sort of informal voting on what capital improvement projects need to be done first, and then based on our budget, just start fixing stuff. Everybody wants everything fixed. I get it. There are parameters and obviously there's budgets and things like that, but I mean, the board, I've heard you guys talk about wanting to fix things. Right now, we're dealing with a really major water issue, as I'm sure you're aware. But I think that's could possibly solve the problem. If we deal with the capital improvement issue at every meeting, would that be something that would solve this issue for you?
We have to really talk about this one because the accountability, Mark Pianos, that's right there. You know, this is, in last year, this is the 7th meeting that this man has missed.
What is our ethic, do you know what our
CML
ethics
says, CML has it listed that if you miss 3 meetings in a row or 4 in a year, you resign. But they won't hold to the rules.
Do we have a different ethical code than CML?
No.
No. We've adopted our own code of ethics. Does it mention it? Does it mention ethics?
He's not here, Jim.
Last time, but I didn't really see it.
Most of the time,
I know we did have one more.
I agree that that's an issue. But, you know, we have, CML is, as you know, is the Colorado Municipal League, those who don't know, they put out guidance. Local rules can overrule if it's a matter of local concern, but we would have to adopt our own policy to either override or not, whatever the CML's output is, and so that's definitely something we need to look into, because if we do have a non-participating board member, then that seat needs to get filled with somebody that is gonna participate. But I don't said, I haven't been here, this is only the first meeting I've seen Mr. Piano miss, and so these are things that we have to, address. He's been here the last time I was here, he was here, and I'm aware that that was the situation, but that's something that we definitely need to discuss.
I looked at the meeting today, those numbers are correct. If I went back further, we would find more. But it's, okay, we go through Mark for the accountability. There's an open town council seat right now. 2 meetings ago, it was said in here that you're gonna have an election for that seat. What held it up was Tyler was supposed to be on the Zoom call to say when the packets could be picked up, something that simple.
I was not.
Excuse me, look, if I ask a question, don't fall into it, Dave. She's,
Like a child.
we have a right to a full council, we have a right to
And
a
that's the
council
mama.
who will be here and be accountable. That seat is still open right now. The rest of them will tell you that at the town council meeting 2 meetings ago, it was said that they would hold an election for the seat.
A special election?
A special election. Then it came up to where the last part of the meeting, what was said was, they couldn't get Tiger on the computer, she walked
I'm
away
back.
from it, or however it happened. They could not get the answer of when the packets could be picked up. And that threw it off for another 30
You got
days.
hag.
And then it didn't get put on the agenda today. So, what are we doing here?
On October 3rd, 2023, our regular meeting minutes, there is a set date for special election. Mr. Forrest made a motion to set the special election date for December 12th of 2023. It was seconded by me and the motion passed. So that's your election date.
But that, okay, but,
It's right there.
yes, and no one's got a problem with that. When's the package will be picked up?
There's a calendar that we go by, and because it's a special election, it's a 71-day election instead of a 90-day.
See, I asked a simple question, when can we pick up the packet for the
I'm
election?
trying to explain to you, if you listen to me, no, that's fine. When you
Explain.
It said that December 12th is the set date for the special election.
So when can we pick up the packet?
So, I don't know if this has been done yet, she's probably gonna do the calculation now, but so how this works is once it's set, then we can work backwards from this. You take the election date, and then you work backwards from 71, which means, and then you have 20 different things that have to happen in a sequence. And one of those things is what you're asking about, and so it's not just the packet, right? So there's a lot of other issues there, but I think she's gonna be able to calculate the next sequence for you. So, because she has to, now, she's required to do things on a certain timeline. So we're gonna get you that, that's easy. We'll, by the end of the meeting, I bet you will have a date for you, or, but that's an easy one.
The other accountability is that we had grants or funds come in from the state. The bathrooms out here not working, didn't work for Aguilar Days, everyone knew that. Aguilar Days is the biggest thing that we have around here. How does our community look whenever we can't get a bathroom operating for Aguilar Days? People in town, I was one of them, we came out and volunteered our time to go up and down Main Street cleaning it up. Because we don't have town employees. That's accountability, we don't have town employees because we don't pay them anything.
Under the restroom, when our project, report comes up, you'll know what's going on with that. So we'll get your answer on that when we do the project.
Would you allow a committee of the citizens to work with the councilman?
What do you mean?
Well, like 2 or 3 of us that might have some good ideas to help you along. You know how busy town councilmen are. Some of us are retired, we got a little bit more time, maybe we could like meet with you and kind of work this out.
It's up to the board.
It's always up to the board.
What sort of committee are you talking
It
about?
is.
Just two or three of us that could keep updated on what's going on, because the way that.
For capital improvement projects, or
Yes,
for?
yes. To let us be involved in it.
So like a capital improvement project committee?
Yes.
We can't decide on now, but I think we can put it on the agenda for, I think we should.
Well, and another thing they can't decide on now, this meeting of once a month, this last special meeting after it came out of executive session was 4.5 minutes. I mean, come on, you need 2 meetings a month. You guys need to start stepping up, because the time's trouble. Step up and do what you need to do. Quit running for the bar right after the things, you know, people can't wait to get out of here. They jump up and run from the table to get out of here. We need a council that's going to be responsible for this. And, you know, we're not getting that, we're not getting the full council.
Mine is on the discussion of the audit.
Now, I'll step out of this,
No, you're right, you're sitting right there. Failure to audit. I don't know, Joe got one, some papers been passed around that came out today, on the World Journal. And there's a full page on the front, cost of delinquent faulty audits added up in Aguilar. Here we are, little Aguilar, 400, maybe 500 people, here we made big news. And it's faulty. Why? Why is all this, that's one of the questions. The other, can I quote from this?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Aguilar is up to its ears in audit trouble. The town is drowned in unfiled audits, having failed to make any submissions to the Office of State Audit, the OSA, since 2018. How long has that been? 5 years, right? This is a yearly thing that has to be done for the town of Aguilar.
It's got
I want to read
CRS
something
on
else.
it, too.
On top of this,
This one wants to
in
be
a
CRS
2020 letter issued, I want to, 2020, I don't know if it's all on the board or not, but some of them were, issued to the town board of trustees, the OSA flagged a number of problems with the town's audit dating back to 2014. Was any of the council aware of this? Was you aware of it? You was on it.
You was on too?
Exactly. I was not aware of it. Somebody falsified the audits. Who's in charge of the audits?
What do you mean falsify it?
Saying that we received it. We did not receive it. I didn't. Did you? You was on the council. Charlene did.
What are we talking about?
Yeah,
The
exactly.
letter that I just read about, Don, the letter on top of this,
Comprehension.
in a 2020 letter issued to the town's board of trustees. You were there, I was there, Charlene was there, multiple others was there. The OSA flagged a number of problems with the town's audit dated back to 2014. Did you receive that or hear about that? What was the transparency about that? Transparency.
There I couldn't
No.
answer you, Dave, because I'm never, back in 2014, unless I looked
That's
at,
true, but did you hear about it in 2020? Did you get a letter?
I didn't get a letter personally.
Exactly, I didn't either.
So that's some,
Why would they-
that's some third party then giving, you're talking about a third party that would have given them a letter. But there was some,
The OSA,
well, that's what it says in the paper, but I mean,
okay? And
do they have a copy of the letter? I mean, that's, where are we going with that?
No, this is the cost of delinquency, the faulty audits. They're saying since 2014, But from 2018 to 2023, we have not filed from the town of Aguilar, USA, an audit.
Right, and so there's,
And that's unlawful, and, go
It
ahead.
is.
no, and so this is an easy one, okay?
Okay,
There's no good excuse for not filing.
exactly.
I've
Unlawful.
talked with staff and we talked with the board, and there is an auditor on board, and they're working on it. We can't go back in time, I wasn't here, you brought up a good point, and I'm not undermining your point. My point is everybody on this board knows that we didn't have an audit from 2018 until this year. So 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021, and 2022, we
Completely
don't have audits on the
unlawful.
books. This is a problem for a lot of reasons. One, the biggest of which is that there's a lot of grants out there that require audits for us to get money. Okay, so we're gonna fix it. We already have an auditor, and we're gonna fix it. I don't know what else that we can tell you, other
I believe we
than
had
there's a mistake been made and what there's.
I think in 2016, and that's to be your question, 2016, 2018, audits were completed
Right.
by CPA Travis Murphy of Oak Point, Texas. Why was it not submitted to the state DOSA?
In 2016?
That was in, yes, 2016 to 2019.
Did we submit audits?
They wasn't submitted. Why?
I think we did submit audits. I wasn't here, but
I know you weren't here, so you can truthfully answer that question.
well, we can find the audit. And say, and it's gonna be either submitted or not. So like
I
said,
Cora requested it and I never received it.
where are we going with the audit thing?
The budget is supposed to correspond with the audits, and it does not.
Okay, so what happens to a budgeted item? And this is for everybody to hear. What happens to a budgeted item where, are you saying that you think that money was taken and spent elsewhere? Is
I
that?
don't know what happened to it.
Okay, so typically, and I wasn't here and I didn't look at it, but typically what happens to a budgeted item that isn't spent is it gets moved into a general fund and/or it rolls over to the next year. I don't, that would be a Tara question or a Sarah question, I guess, but I don't think, if you have, is there something that you, other than the fact that obviously they should have done an audit, and we're already admitting that that was a mistake.
Okay.
What's the, I guess the problem would be, you think the money was spent on,
I'm not saying that, no.
okay,
I want to know why. Why was not the audit submitted whenever that young lady knew that it was to be done every year? And she is supposedly the town clerk. She's been
it should
here,
have been done.
she's been here for 15, maybe 16 years, maybe not that long. But before 2014, she submitted it.
I think Tyra knows.
There again, no accountability.
I know I messed up, Dave, and I apologize to everybody.
I'm sorry, but no, you don't.
No,
There's no transparency. You did not tell the council.
that's not my responsibility to give the letters. I get letters from the Department of Works by myself. They get their own letters. They're still selling the boxes at town hall that you
So
guys
she's saying
never
she
did that.
knows, but she didn't tell no one
From when
else.
you were on council.
That's funny.
No, my problem.
But in this article also.
Busted.
And this goes to the project
Guys
we're
caught
working
that?
on now for the water. It says section 29.101, Colorado Revised Statute.
People that need it right there. Check
During
him out, he's live.
Fiscal year, no officer, employee, or other spending agency shall expand or contract to expand any money or incur any liability or enter into any contract by its terms involves the expenditure of money in excess of the amount appropriated. And then it goes on here to say that we've missed this several times. You know, and the law says that you can't do this. You have to follow what the guidelines are on this money being spent.
Yeah, and there's serious consequences for it, and we're seeing those, right? So we have money that, well, the whole town of South Coast that money is held up by the state. That's the consequence for that. And so
No repercussions.
The auditor we have
That's the
now
quote.
is gonna fix it, and then we'll get that 117 from the state once we fix it. And that's how the state controls it.
Mama
And,
Vicky.
that's how they regulate, and that's how they motivate towns that don't follow their audits. And that's, I think like I said, this is a dead horse. There's been a mistake made, and there's no
Sure is busy
way,
on my phone.
For years.
Multiple.
for years.
Thank you, sir.
And and I don't know what else we could do about it other than fix it. I wanna fix it. I think you guys,
If it's the same person.
She's in a hurry.
Plan on fixing it.
we are fixing it. There is an auditor, and I have a list of auditors that, that work with small towns. If this one leaves like the last one, and we won't have another gap year, at least not while, I know this board doesn't wanna have another gap year, it's not my decision again, but the audit has to happen, and we're gonna make it happen going forward. That's the bottom line.
But it can't be, 2023 cannot be done until these 2019 is done.
Yeah, they have to go back and reconcile.
You don't have 23 done until next year, you do the year before.
You've had 5 years and you still ain't got them done.
I don't do the audit, I do the financial and send them to the auditor.
Tyler, please don't do this. You're not
She's
supposed
always
to,
in this.
yeah, she's not supposed to speak. We're talking to the council. So we're doing it respectfully. It's just, you don't do this.
That's fine.
Because what the attorney explained to you is that the audits are getting done, they're getting caught up. They should be done hopefully by November, everything. Everything should be done, all of it.
Oh, we've heard this before.
Well, this is what we were told by the auditor, okay? So that's what I'm going on. And I've been talking to him every Friday now, to make sure this is done.
Can you tell us that?
What's that?
Who is the auditor?
You can, well, it's public record, just Cora
Crickets.
auditor contract. You can Cora my contract and Cora auditor's contract, these are all public records. I don't know about him, but we can get you.
Just request it.
Or if I'm happy to informally provide information that I have as long as the board allows me to.
That is just a simple question, turn into a request.
It doesn't need to be, we don't know who our auditor is.
No clue.
I mean, if everybody has to follow the rules, follow the rules.
We just have.
That's funny.
Man.
Like the CRS is you're in violation of, Tara?
The thing is here though, is that these are people who are hired by the town, and it's the board's contract with them, so obviously you can have information, but it would be inadvisable to try to contact them or do anything.
The information tells us that it's my Aunt Sue's cousin's
That's right.
CPA.
I get that.
I want to know if it's a legitimate company. You know,
I
it's
understand.
a legitimate question of who they are. I have no intention of contacting them. I would do
That's
nothing.
not how I meant to, explain by that. My point is, that's public information, we're gonna give that to citizens.
Why is there just a question?
I think there's a lot of interpersonal stuff, obviously, and we're working through that. I don't know if I ever, I said interpersonal, not personal. And I think, this is a matter of, people not getting along. That's the bottom line. And that's not right, but we're gonna get you.
Back in 2018.
No, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the issue that you just spoke of, where you can't ask a question. I think there's heated emotions and personalities, and we're trying to avoid that. So, just
Saying that we're tired of this.
Yes.
I understand, and I'll get you the auditor.
Thank you.
Well, I'm not, go ahead, I'm sorry, Sean.
Nothing, I just said we're all sorry for this.
But spending in excess of amounts budgeted, that's why I brought up the budget. Law to be, budget law, section 29-1-101, CRS, we urge you to carefully review the budget law to be sure requirements are completed in the future. But it's not. There again. You can't answer it.
There's no answer.
Exactly.
The answer is,
Yeah.
the whole board and everybody agrees.
Mm-hmm.
There's
But
nothing.
wait,
They don't follow the law.
in addition to the budget expenditures, the 2020 letter issued to Aguilar's Board of Trustees, which evidently nobody has and haven't seen it, outlined a laundry list of further audit problems. The first of which was failing to report certain assessments and investments at fair value.
Assets and investments.
I know you can't answer it, sir, I'm not holding you responsible.
No, I know
You
that, but
just
we're
leave on the
also,
clock.
I mean, we're reading from a paper,
Exactly.
and I have no idea, has this person, where's this letter? I mean, what's the credit to this
Okay,
person?
and she's very credible, but
Yes.
the problem is why do we have to ask the reporter? Why
To
can't
find
we-
out.
Why can't we find out?
We don't
Council
get, there she
meeting?
goes again.
Who asked her? Did you ask the board to write the story?
Oh, no. But no, I can't get him to write a story.
No, that's why I was confused with it. So, I read the paper again.
But why are the citizens, us, these people out here, constituents, we are losing on $117,000 that the state is holding because of these audits.
Right.
That particular individuals knew was supposed to be done, and no accountability.
And we get, hopefully it'll be done in November.
Right, hopefully.
Well, the auditors are hired, they're working on it, and
And maybe.
that's how auditors, like, we can't control, we can only hire the auditor. And all I can say is going forward, obviously, there's gonna be an auditor hired. We're gonna fix it, and then we're gonna keep going.
Obviously, an auditor's going to be hired. We already had this going up.
Oops.
We have an auditor.
Just don't know his name.
What do you mean?
That auditor that we now have
People
cannot
are
file with the
fucking
OLA
Can't make this shit up,
until
guys.
2019.
They have to go back and fix it.
Can't make this shit up.
2019, it should have never had to go back and fix it. That's what I'm saying, sir, nobody's being held
And I
accountable.
get that part of it, and that's something that the board's gonna have to deal with, but my point is,
Yeah.
there's an auditor now, I don't know what do we want to discuss?
This board,
Is
they're gonna handle it, guys.
Acknowledge, we know that there is,
Let me get off this tripod.
so,
I don't know what else we can do. Can we follow up on this at the next
Tripod bugging
meeting
me.
and see how this plays out?
yeah, in fact, we're gonna try to do you one better, we're gonna reach out to the auditor and try to get, some sort of letter, well, including an ETA on our audit and how it's going, et cetera. And we're gonna provide that, okay, that'll be followed up. And what I meant by hiring people is that if we lose an auditor, which happens, right, so if auditors come out, auditors go, next year, we're not gonna do it. We're not gonna let that slip through the cracks, we're gonna hire another auditor. Because that's what happened 5 years ago, and that's not an excuse, but an auditor left, and then.
Oh, but it is.
And we have to admit that we messed up, and then we have to fix it, that's how we're gonna do it.
Channel 13
No, you broke the law.
is Very embarrassing for this town.
We messed up.
Our mayor.
CRS, they broke the damn law.
Well, it's a good thing to know that if you break the law, you can just apologize.
I messed up.
I messed up.
Numbers together and stuff.
Correct.
You guys hearing that?
2018,
Yeah, correct.
what year is it, Donald?
Right now, 2023.
2018. 2023. 5 years.
No, I ain't gonna sit here and argue with y'all. Y'all are telling me, so.
It's already, this is, like I said, this is now, I mean,
Right.
you can keep attacking and keep saying mean things.
No, he's
or
attacking.
Pointing it out, but they've already addressed the fact that they should have.
They're criminals and they got called out. That's attacking.
But I want to direct to the council, these 4 members, what's going to be done?
Good
Who's going to
question.
be held accountable?
Good question.
They're in charge, am I correct?
Or, yes,
Of all personnel.
correct.
Remember that statement.
Remember that statement.
He did.
Okay.
So, who's in charge of running this town of Aguilar?
Council.
The board.
see that.
No,
We see it as 2 or 3 people getting up in the
One.
office, talking this over. Whenever I sat in this seat, I never knew anything. I was refused information just because I might tell constituents that our water was cracked. And that's what it's done here. And why don't I have the right to tell someone the water's cracked whenever our water is cracked? You guys, you even said in a meeting here, and you guys even have a video where that you said, you accused me of joining a church, and I was talking to the people, the constituents, about the water problems here, and this is what we get going. You want all the information to go through one person, and no, we can't speak to y'all. You don't have an email address up there where we could send you a message. You don't talk to us on the, well, Monica will. The rest of you don't talk to us on the street about different issues here. We have the right to know, other than the 4.5 minutes that you hold the town council meeting, what's going on here. We should have an email address.
Town's
where
business
we
ain't the
could
town's
write to you,
business, guys.
ask you a question. You should
Thank
be
you
able
guys for
to
being here.
respond within a month. You took the job as town councilman, all of you did. And that comes with responsibility of
Swearing off.
representing us,
I remember it
not
swearing off.
yourself.
Mm-hmm.
We want to see that happen. I'd like to see an email address, so where that if I got a complaint, I don't have to go through Tiger. We don't know if the complaint even gets passed through. It doesn't come up on anything here. I'd like to hear you respond to what I have to say to you. You're the town council. You should do that. You work for us. That's what we like to see. If we come back next month and follow up on this, it would be great.
Do we have Aguilar, like Josh Duggan emails?
No.
His availability?
No.
Available, but we haven't.
Gmail. We use Gmail.
Anything else, gentlemen?
not for me.
Can we do this again next month?
I don't, that's not my call. I do think it went very well. I think it was very civil. I think we actually got to the bottom of a few things that are easy fixes for everybody and it's been a difficult town. I would certainly suggest, another 3-item agenda. And you can see how it works and how everybody gets, like, when we get to the bottom of it, oh, okay, there's a fix that everybody will like here. I for one, haven't done some election work, would be thrilled not to have to do an election immediately. So, I mean, it even works out for the town and staff, right? Because if you guys want to vote to pay for a third party or get a third party, then why not, right? That solves a lot of problems.
Yeah, that solves a lot of problems.
So, and I think we can get to the bottom of a few other issues. And I thought it went well, but that's not my decision, it's the board decision.
All right, then I'll contact you with another list then.
You want to do that?
I have no further questions.
The meeting next month will be the Thursday before, because next Thursday is Thanksgiving, so it's the Thursday before. Not tomorrow.
So November 17th. November 17th is the next meeting.
November 17th.
17.
Questions to you, if we
Let's get to, I like the format, I think it worked well, have like a specific issue that we talked to, and then if you, again, whatever supporting evidence you want to bring or issues that you want, so that we can actually look into it and give you educated responses.
Thank you.
Guys, so you people's live as well. And Kona Aguilar's live on Facebook also. Different angles if you guys want.
Sir, when did we pick up the package you said she'd have answered?
November the 21st.
November 21st? Thank you.
And it'll be in the paper as well.
Okay, Ms. Sue, go ahead.
This is gonna be kind of hard for me, but you guys voted on the code of conduct or ethics for each, the board, correct? for this board. Then how come you're not being known to it, Donald?
On that, Sue, according to what Don Attorney, it's not a question, it's just,
Okay, you have violated the code of conduct that this board voted on when you called TJ a baby. I don't think you should be our mayor anymore. I think you should have enough integrity to step down.
that's an attack on me, Sue, so.
What?
Donald, I told you
What?
this was gonna be hard, because I voted for you, and my respect level for you was through the roof. This is not a personal attack. Well, I guess it is, because you made an action that needed to be addressed. And I am sorry, but I'm addressing my mayor. You did it. What are you gonna do about it?
I am gonna do about it.
So you
Nothing.
don't feel that violating the code of ethics that got Vern recalled is a reason for you to not step down? Did you
Both
above that code of
nothing.
ethics? Why? Why would you be above that code of ethics? You're not gonna answer because the attorney says no, but you know I'm right. You know I'm not on anybody's side, I'm on the side of what's right, and what you did was wrong. It was wrong. I guess we're done here because, again, you have no respect for the people that you serve.
No accountability, and your oath is shit, Donald. Piss on that oath, right?
Go ahead, Robert.
So, part of the accountability that I would like to talk about is, I brought this up over a year ago. Our mayor, Donald Gonzalez, cannot read or write. Yet he's in charge of the checks for the $3.7 million grant that we're gonna get after the meeting. That should be a qualification of the mayor, correct? He should be able to read or write, so he can understand what paperwork he's gonna be signing, and the checks he's gonna be writing. I'm asking the attorney, this is a question that I would like to answer.
Assuming what you're saying is correct, which I don't think it is, that's not true. There's no requirement other than,
Integrity.
what's written in the statute for mayor, is that you're over 18 years old if you reside in a community that you are voted in. There's nowhere that says you have to read and write English language. And I've seen the mayor read things that I've read and
You haven't seen him memorize the agenda. So there was a reason why we were not allowed to speak before. They wanted us to get, when you got here, you wanted us to get on the agenda to speak 72 hours before the meeting. Well, they weren't putting the agenda out until 48 hours or less before the meeting. So how are we supposed to get on the agenda, talk about something on the agenda, if it wasn't put out in time? And the reason why they were getting the agenda, they wanted us to get on there a week before, is so the mayor can memorize it before he comes up with it. So one of the things that stands out is you cannot even say that the loan that they approved last week is for $2.64 million. He doesn't understand what that number is. How is he supposed to write checks if he doesn't even understand the number of loans? They had an executive session a few months back, and he mixed up numbers. Mixed up those numbers. If I remember correctly, he called it a 6,440 something thousand dollar loan. And at the last meeting last week, he had to ask Gerald at the end of it if it was 4,640,000.
It's on video.
Questions.
It's on video, don't
It's on
lie.
video, I was here.
From your own stream. Don't lie, Gerald. Not good luck, buddy.
I can't even understand these numbers. How are we gonna expect him to be in charge of writing the checks for the $3.7 million?
Thanks for coming in, Robert. 3 minutes is up.
Thank you for timing me, but I have a couple of things that I still would like to get off my chest, and I'm going to sit off. So one of the things that they were talking about is holding the board members accountable. This year in January,
Please wrap up your comment.
this year in January,
Time is passed.
Mark not only threatened me, he put his hand in his pocket to put it on. He put his hands on me and threatened me in the store, and these board members did nothing to stop him, they did nothing to me.
Leave the podium, your time is up.
I'm not leaving the podium until I finish talking.
If you don't like it, speaker, please.
If you don't like it, that's bad. Well, I'm not gonna talk about it. So I'm not gonna. If you don't like what I have to say, that's bad. I wasn't asking you.
Well, your time is up, so. You have your 3 minutes.
Well, that's your review. That's not mine. So since my 3 minutes are up, what are you gonna do about it?
Why don't you go ahead and leave so you can continue with the meeting?
I'm not gonna go ahead and leave. I'm gonna finish what I can speak about.
Yeah, please go ahead, remove it, please.
Yeah, deputies, go ahead and remove him, please. Show us all what you're capable of.
Hold
Don't seem to be budging, Donald.
So one of the reasons that you have a certain amount of time is that other people have a chance to speak, so that there's not.
Maybe he wants to catch up for the last 3 months he's missed.
Every time I've gotten up here to talk, more than 3 people have interrupted my minutes, just like tonight.
Nobody interrupted you tonight. If I missed it, I'm sorry, I didn't see anybody interrupt you tonight. I think it's obvious that you're up here just to cause an issue. And you have
That's
to,
true. It's not.
I think it's
I'm
pretty
trying
obvious.
to be heard. So we've been trying to be heard here for
So
months and months.
here's why you have a 3-minute window. Because if everybody who wanted to come up here and speak for an hour, we would not get any business done. That's why there's legislative disruption laws.
But if you want to have a 5-minute meeting, you can do that, right?
Recognized, sir. You haven't been recognized.
I'm recognized by everybody here, bet you that, bud.
The people that were on the agenda got more than 5 minutes.
Sure didn't see the sheriff recognize the
Here's
mayor.
how we do this. If you want to be
Fake
on the
fuck.
agenda, we will put you on the agenda if you have a discussion item that has to do with community business. Is that what you'd like? Because I think we can get you way more time in the right way.
Yes, I would like that.
Okay, what issue do you want to discuss?
One of the issues I would like to discuss is to get some of the board members that have been, not following the code of ethics.
So do you know Mr. Thorne? Okay. Mr. Thorne knows how to contact me. Mr. Thorne, will you please, what's your name, sir? Would you please add Robert to one of your agenda items for the next upcoming meeting, so he has more time to speak?
So can we get on there on our own agenda items?
There's an agreement that we're gonna speak to 3 agenda items from the community every meeting.
Who agreed?
Right.
It's, well, Mr. Thorne started, my understanding. is-
Her and Thorne don't get along. So how are you going to discriminate there?
I'm not saying he speaks for you. If you
So
want.
how can why would I follow an agreement?
Or retrieve information from him?
No, it's not, no.
This guy's weird.
It's what we call it.
Fucking
a
weirdo.
agreement. He said there's 3 issues, and we had,
That's for him, not for her.
Right here, his 3 minutes.
Hi, guys.
his 3 minutes are
Sorry.
over. I would like to have Robert on the agenda.
Ha ha ha, funny funnies over
Right
here.
away.
You got to get us
Because
tonight.
if we do a public comment, and everybody comes up and speaks for as long as they want, we'll be here until 2 AM.
Yeah.
So, planning on being here for hours and hours.
But let's put you on the agenda and do it the right way. And if somebody else wants to be on the agenda, then we'll figure it out. I know that's what you're going for, but we're not gonna do that.
John says he's got the flower.
As a threat, and intimidation tactics. So I've been intimidated for a whole year, but people don't do anything to help me. They don't do anything to stop it. They just let them do whatever they want and run free. That's one of the main reasons why I want to get up here, because people do not want to just let them keep running free. They're tired of it. I'm not the only one that's tired of it. I'm the only one that got up here to talk, because I'm not afraid of what they're going to do to me for retribution.
I understand that. Nobody wants to see that.
He understands there's retribution here, guys. Weird. Probably weirdos with guns running around this place.
SAW?
I'm not recognized.
Anyone else sign,
Got me fucked
sign
up.
for the 3 minute?
I couldn't find it, because I've never been. Can I have my 3 minutes?
Sure, come on up.
Hey, my name's Barbara Graff. I've been here over 2 years. So I'm from Texas. I'm an Aggie. But I just want to say this community is awesome. And I mean that respectfully. I could come up with a totally different verb, but the town took me in and everybody was really good to me when I went through something really horrible. So I respect this town. So what I'm saying comes from the heart. And all I basically was thinking was, I have emailed the town before, and I did get a response from you. But I did get my emails answered. There is somebody or people on a tyrant here when there shouldn't be. There's 2 issues. The water needs to be fixed, the money needs to be found, the audits need to be done. That's one issue, finances. And then there's angry citizens. But we gotta remember to follow the good in the town, not the bad. Because yelling at people, calling them names, and hurting them gets us nowhere. So,
Being nice doesn't
let's
either.
respect each other. And it starts with you. God made you, it starts with you. You can't change someone else.
I thought it started with
But it
his
starts
ethics.
with you. So I just want to say, and if
That's
you
what's
do have a
allowable.
board, we do have to vote on that, obviously. And also the outside audit will have to be voted on if it goes
So
over a
I
certain
got a minute to do?
it has to be voted on through the town.
Fucking
I
fool.
believe. At least what I was
Pansy
taught.
ass.
But,
Cackamammy.
I just want to say thank you for the whole
No
time.
authority.
I don't know y'all, but I appreciate y'all, and I think there's an answer. And the few days that these ladies let me do a little bit of volunteer work, I saw nothing but kindness and respect. So I hope and I pray every night that the town gets the audits done and everything gets taken care of. So thank y'all. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Utilities, Ken,
Utility report. We don't have anybody for utilities. Office report.
There's utilities here, and I can have to lobby for the, for individuals. We have, why do you think the,
Yeah, I'll take all that.
Okay.
Regarding the documentation pond, contract was signed. The project's gonna start, first week of October 6th. So it's. November 4th, yes, sorry, November 4th, so that everybody knows. It's within budget, the contract, the loan and the grant will be coming to the town. The town will get reimbursed for the engineering services and the services for the attorney to get involved. They will also be reimbursed for having, work with the water rights issue that, to get the reservoir going. So that's all done. The state has accepted the audits. They know that the other audits are getting done. So USDA and Coal Bank and the Land Company is aware of all this, so that's how the project's getting going. Second thing is, I finally got an approval letter from CDPHE regarding the engineering service for the second phase for the new water tower and the filtration building. I was on the phone, we had a phone conference today with CDPHE and also with the engineering firm that's representing it, town of Aguilar. So he had to submit his engineering services, providing what he's gonna be doing. The state accepted that, so now it's in the state's hand to start getting the funding to get going on that project. So that's the second thing we do. Regarding 88 minutes, it's not the town's fault that this took so long. The project was given up 6 months ago. The contractor, he overexpanded himself. He's had a project with the county, and he was not, able to get here on time. So we finally got him to get his crew, part of his crew over, so we can get this done before the winter. Hopefully, within the next couple of weeks, that'll be done. The rest of the facility, there's someone coming tomorrow to take a look at, see what needs to get fixed. And also, he's also going to take a look at the sink, that hand wash sink that needs to be fixed in here in the community center. We're also looking for other grants. I was on a grant with the U.S. Department of Transportation this week to try to make sure that we improve all the infrastructure coming into the town of Aguilar, from your water to your wastewater. And also, there's another grant available there's a lot of lead joints here within the town that lead services that go to the individual homes. The town of Aguilar is not the only one dealing with this. City of Trinidad, Denver, and everybody's doing it because there's a lot of old lead joints that need to be replaced. So those are the things that we're working on for the future capital improvement projects. Those are big projects. It takes time and also takes money, and we're working on the grants. A lot of it is in kind that we're getting credit for, because as a small community like the town size of Aguilar, we're a disadvantaged community. So it's on our best interest, and we have some good commissioners willing to help us, and the CDPHE and the states, where once we get this engineering report done for the water tank and the filtration system, we'll be going after a DOLA grant, so, yes.
Quick question, can you elaborate on the filtration system for us?
In what capacity?
The plans, I mean, what are we
Well,
filtering for, anything like that? Any information?
You have to have, when you have potable water, you have to have a storage tank, and then you have to have a filtration filter to make sure the water's clean. Then you have to have a chlorination system to decontaminate any components within the system. And then it has to be tested regularly by the state of Colorado. So every municipality has to follow it. And in fact, the town of Aguilar is sending in the reports, because that's part of the agreements. I mean, every community has to do to make sure that we know that we have a regular facility.
Thank you.
Why are we waiting for so long? That 88 ramp's supposed to have been done in 2016.
So what is?
The 88.
Oh, that's, no, I'm not talking about, I'm not here to talk about what's in the past. I'm here to talk about, let's correct the issues we have now, and let's move forward.
Okay.
That's all I want to do.
Has anyone instructed you about a tractor that's down here in the sewer pond?
I have no knowledge of anything like that, so, I mean, I'm just working on these issues now.
Okay.
And we'll get to, I mean, like I said, let the town know, I mean, if we can do something
Thank
to
you.
work on, we'll work on it.
Thank you.
But you know what, we're just trying, I'm trying to help help the city council and you all, so we better this community as a whole. I mean, I read that article today, some of those comments that were in there, I gave that lady, and I know who she is, my card, so I can respond to some of those issues. She never bothered to return, call on me, which I could have addressed. I mean, I'm not gonna say everything was wrong, or everything was right, but there's accountability that, they should at least ask, the town council asked me, but some of those issues were not even addressed, what they responded on.
Why didn't you call her?
It's not my responsibility to call it. It isn't.
I didn't.
I mean.
That's the way it is with all.
Well, let me tell you something. I mean, if she wants to know what's going on with the community, it's a reporter's responsibility to contact the community. Bottom line.
But you as engineers should contact the public. We were not informed.
I'm here tonight. I'm here tonight.
Fair enough.
Yes.
What is your responsibility here?
I'm helping with the, oversee the project for the augmentation reservoir, working with the engineering company, working with USDA to make sure that, and we found there were some flaws on USDA side as well, so we're correcting those issues. That's my
So you're doing this
responsibility.
as a volunteer, you're not getting a percentage of the grant?
No, I don't get a percentage of the grant.
You don't get paid nothing, you're just a volunteer, not a good.
Well, I have a contract with this community, but I don't get paid by the grant.
How do you have a contract?
Well, you know, I'm
with the
not, you know.
Every day go through town council.
That's how things work. Right.
No, that's a legitimate question.
It is a legitimate
You
question.
keep standing up here telling council.
Well, I gave it to the council, and they looked at it, and so I'm not here to get involved, no, I'm not here to get involved, I'm here to help the community.
You're
So,
involved.
I'm involved.
Whether you like it
So-
or not, the council made a decision without
Yeah.
being in a
Let's
public
not
meeting.
digress. Before we say that, why don't we ask can we just come up with the minutes for you when that decision was made?
Yes.
That's easy.
But if you guys don't want my service, let me know.
No,
I mean,
no
no,
one said that.
I see nothing but negative here, and I don't have to be here, you know? I
No
mean,
one
and if
said
you don't
that.
want, you know, Vern, you come over here like attacking me while you didn't get a contract. If you guys don't want me here, you guys tell me.
Yeah, and that's just, well, this is why we have agenda items and why we discuss it, because when we start getting into these issues, I know for a fact, because I've worked with Ken, the water attorney, he busts his backside for this town.
But he's doing a good job.
Right, but he feels attacked now, and now we have.
He doesn't want me here, I don't have to be here.
The point is, he doesn't need to be interacting with questions, he's just giving a report to the board. That's what he's doing, so. Thank you.
Thanks, Ken.
The filtration system that they're gonna put in is gonna be big
Well,
right now.
yes, it's gonna be complete building, chlorination filtration, and an automatic feeding system. So this
You got it, John.
Filtration system, you know, it purifies everything, and samples are taken by the town and.
Okay, the next deal is on old business. It's, this for code book, code.
Code book.
We tabled it. Yeah, we tabled it because we wanted them to come and talk to us.
Yeah. We need to get it done.
There was gonna be two different prices, right? If I
Well, two
remember
different
correctly.
prices, and I think it was two different companies as well. I think one was a,
So do we, does something have to vote on?
Mm-hmm.
So we can know.
We don't have it in this plastic. It's not in this plastic, it's in the last one's plastic. Walls. So what's the town council wanna do? I mean, we gotta get that book updated, we haven't been updated in a while.
Well, I thought we were supposed to have one of the companies come in and talk about what services they were going to.
That's what we had discussed last board meeting, is that they were supposed to come in and talk to us.
So when can we get them in? Would you call them? I mean, who would call them? Would you?
And he sent all the information in that, paperwork that I had given you guys. He listed off everything that would be done and could be done with what pricing. Everything's listed in that, on that paperwork. Yeah, everything was listed on that paperwork that would be able to do.
I don't think if they don't have to redo the whole book, I don't think we should. And just the ones that are outdated. Yeah.
it needs to be done.
just look at our packet and then.
I can have the lady that has the website cross-reference everything, we have the CD that has everything on it from the last application. But the application should be done every 4 years, and has been done since 2012.
I think it'd be better for them to do that than to have to pay all that money for somebody to.
Well, if you don't have to change the whole book, and just update what needs to be updated. And if we have a CD, then, yeah.
That'll come down in cost, right?
Yeah.
Tremendously.
Is she willing to do it? Oh, okay. So is it something we need to vote on?
I think somebody to make a motion on
It
it.
is a, action. It's a whole business.
Need somebody to make a motion on it. Basically, the motion is to go ahead and have,
What's that,
The
Lane?
lady who does our website.
go to our website, to go ahead and go to the CD, to go ahead and add it on it, replace the old ones that we have.
To look over all the CRSs and do update the old ones. And so we're up to Unicode again.
They're not up to Munich.
I make a motion that we ask the lady who does our website to update our Muni code book.
And I said that.
Yes.
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 They-
Did Joe want to do something?
Yeah. That's what we're bringing up the water line.
The Bellotti water line, I'm under the assumption that it was approved, right? The water line, the water line, okay. Mr. Bellotti said they hadn't had water for quite a while now.
Well, he wants the road gravelled after there, it was road wasn't gravelled beforehand.
Right. But we need to move forward, at least get the water line up there. We can fight with them on the gravel out.
That's fucked up.
No, they got everything across the ditch, he's not hooked up, because he wants his road gravel. And there we were supposed to get estimates just from, I think we asked Michael, see how much gravel and stuff is gonna cost. We never said yes, we never said no, but we did agree for the water line, so we need to get the water line hooked up. It's been a while.
The water line is through the ditch.
Yes, right, no?
Derek, the water line's not through the ditch, right? They said.
Not that I'm aware of.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. 'cause I
Now, the old water line is already through the ditch.
They were gonna go the other way, right? I said they were gonna go the other way.
I don't know what direction that they're
Oh, you
going.
weren't there, I think. Sorry, me.
Okay, I thought it was under the assumption that it was across.
I never seen anybody crossing the ditch. I could be wrong, but.
Okay. Well, we need to get it hooked up, so we can get,
Derek,
Okay.
is there any water in the ditch now? Is there any water in the ditch now?
No, it's been dry for a while.
Do we have to do something to go across that ditch or under the ditch or something?
I thought everybody already agreed on everything, if I'm not mistaken.
Except for gravel.
Except for gravel, yeah, everything was already agreed upon by,
Did you get a hold of Keith?
yes. And that's why I said I think everything was already agreed upon to get the water hooked up. The town never agreed to the gravel.
I don't know about gravel in this,
So,
How much gravel are we talking about?
I don't know, I'll have to take a look. But it's not even a quarter mile. It's probably 2 cents in that, so I mean, it's built $1. That's what's gonna have to be, you ain't gonna be able to get it done from there to the trees.
Well, that road's too narrow.
Well, but anyways, we need to move forward, at least get the water hooked up.
Go ahead and get hold of Mike now. Yeah, under new business, utility worker interviews. You have packets. Joe Key, your bill initial.
Pronounced exactly as it's spelled. Your birthday. Actually, over here, there's.
It's where you currently living at now.
Right here in town.
You living here in town now?
Good, there's no quorum.
Yeah, that's cool. Mayor's plan.
Okay.
I know, but yeah,
Yeah.
I used to have an audience.
You used to.
Now we done public.
Yep.
Did you recuse or? For the application, yes, that I applied. Oh.
None. That's backward, right. This guy's not used to audience. He's gonna apply to work here.
Didn't you apply with us before, sir?
Yes, it did.
They're gonna try.
I have applied for this position before, and previously, you all seemed to like my information quite a bit, but minimum wage wasn't enough. I hope that you guys have done something about that.
We had talked about bumping that up because the wages were above, well, a little above minimum wage.
Well, the last time I was in here, and where was myself and another candidate, I offered to do this job with almost 30 years of experience and intimate knowledge of everything these folks need done. And I can guarantee you that you're gonna pay $150 to $200 just to have somebody travel out here and take a look at that sink. I could probably fix it in half an hour, practically. But, you folks decided to go with the cheaper option. You hired the minimum wage law. Where I stood my ground and I said, no, can't do that, I got a family to feed. That fellow lasted all of a week, and I had to teach him how to turn off the water heater. You folks are suffering from a lack of professionalism. I would like to do that. I could be very beneficial to the community.
How much
I'm
do you
trying
want?
to work for $14.50.
Once you,
I make $25 an hour now, I'd be willing to take a small pay cut to service my community, because I like it. I like this town. I'm from a big city.
No.
I was raised in Brooklyn. I'm from a place where you don't look up past your shoes, because you don't want to make eye contact with people, because you don't want to be drawn into whatever it is that they might be dealing with today.
They won't even look at the guy.
I like it here.
Sad, dude.
I like this simple. It's beautiful. I like to help.
So what would you, start at? What would you want to start at?
Well, like I said, I make $25 an hour now. If you could match that, I can start tomorrow. But I don't see that happening. Vernon has a very good idea. If you guys could make me an offer with the house, I would gladly take it. And I would make a lot of things much cheaper in this time for repairs.
is that a house for Marshall, or is it, is there?
That's designated, but since there hasn't been anybody in there, I need to be somebody in there, it's gonna just sit there.
And I'm the man for the job.
See, no one's looking
No
at him.
offense to anyone
Tyler's
else
playing
who
on
might
her
be
phone.
interviewing today, but
It's funny shit, dude.
It's up to the board, what you wanna do.
Go for us. Go for us.
Well, a couple of things that aren't on that application. I have over 1,000 hours logged on over a half dozen different machines for heavy equipment, from gantry cranes to bulldozers and bobcats. I'm intimately familiar with all every different kind of building code, electrical code, fire code, safety code, all the hazard codes you can think of. I speak 3 languages.
This is utility worker, John. I know utility worker. 0. We got 2 applicants
Zero
tonight.
criminal history and a good credit score.
And so you have plenty of experience in, like, water, like you said, like gas.
Water, gas,
Water,
plumbing,
like,
electrical,
big
you name
equipment.
it.
And so if we had they called you in the middle of the night with a water leak, what would you do?
Fix that water leak.
And if you got called in the middle of the night for something else, which would you, like, how would you prioritize?
Depends on the severity of the issue. If one's going to cause a fire hazard, and the other is going to just cause a little bit of wood damage, I'm gonna go fix the fire hazard. If it's an electrical problem versus bad water filter, those are 2 equally problematic issues. Out of order water filter can be contaminants. However, an electrical issue can cause fire. It depends on what buildings have an electrical problem. Is it an empty residence? If it's an empty residence, then a water filtration issue would take precedence by far. It's a matter of importance and severity of the issue.
Thank you.
Yeah.
He said that if you go into the house and what the price or his selling correct?
Okay.
So how many, I can't remember how many bedrooms are in that house. 3? 2, 3?
They don't know how many bedrooms are in their house.
I've looked at the house, I've seen it.
I'll have to go look.
How many kids you got?
Yeah.
Doesn't it currently have a
Tired of that.
water issue?
I'm sorry.
He's a banger.
Oh, the meter, it's just a meter. The meter needs to be changed out there.
Any other issues that need to be done to the place, I've been building homes for almost 30 years. I can fix it.
So what would you, start at if we would let you have the home?
22. But I am negotiable to a degree.
Just so the board is aware, you can negotiate a contract. You have to notice it, but you can negotiate a contract in private, because you are talking about town assets and money. Now, once it's negotiated, you have to come out and make a public decision, so that everybody knows what happened. But we don't have to negotiate in front of everybody, especially when we're talking about real property and hourly rates. If you want to make it higher, you can, and you can negotiate in private, because it does have to do with town assets and a private contract. But then again, once the decision is made, you have to make a public record. And I would suggest not
Yeah, man.
making a decision that would encumber a piece of real property.
No,
Just
I
off
agree.
the cuff.
I agree. So we'll take that into consideration and see what we can come up with, and certainly get back to you.
Sounds good.
All right, thank you for coming in.
You're back.
Mr. Forrest. Why do you want to work for the town, Mr. Forrest?
Well, I've
Yes.
seen what we fire.
Yep.
I see how the roads are, how everything is becoming, and these citizens are right. It needs to be addressed, it needs to be done. We need to get somebody in here that can make a change and try to start getting some of this stuff done. I mean, I've got experience on machines, years of experience on machines. I've driving for over 24 years, CDL Class A. You guys have seen me actually work. I've already been doing the chores. I've already been
Notice
out
how
the
they're
ways
all
out.
looking?
What kind of wage are you expecting?
What I'm at least making now.
I think so.
What are you making?
I believe that crew leader wage is 21.65. 2010, or no, crew leader, 21.95. So at least 22.
You know, if you hired, you got to resign from the council.
I resign immediately. You guys any more, or?
He already gave us his experience. Same questions you about salt, problem solving.
Well, gas leak, water leak, I mean, they prioritize if they get called in the middle of the night, gotta go and at least get it turned off or assessed till the early morning light. I mean, a lot of, what's that word, safety hazards that happen like that in the middle of the night and stuff, so. And as far as electrical and stuff like that, that's not our department.
You'd be willing to go ahead and take your test for water, sewer, gas.
I've had that once before, yes, and I'll do it again. That's the thing I did, I worked for this town before, I think I marked down in '03 or somewhere in there. I did have my water license, I did have my sewer license.
It's up to council.
And I am aware of the system. I know I'm gonna have to learn some more, but all the new updates and everything. That's up to you guys, that's why I sat out everything.
What's up, what's up?
That's it. Any more questions?
Anyone else got questions?
Thank you, Joe. You're welcome.
Discussion on it, from both parties?
Comes down to experience, Joe's got,
I agree.
I mean,
Well, you know we're gonna have to hire two, because it's hard on one person, and, you know, if we can get through it, this other issue with the home and salary, like I say, we'll have to work that out,
we'll have to have some discussion about that.
so. Yeah, we
We need two utility workers, we have
Two?
two openings. Maybe water and gas guy, you don't have either one right now.
we'll have, we need somebody to run the blade, you know, snow can be coming, we need somebody to go ahead and, you know, with a truck, the daily chores, if there's any issue with any parades, stuff like that, you know, water, gas. I mean, we have Walsman come in for the gas, or, Mike, they have to come in with the water.
And make a motion that we hire Joe for us.
I second.
Roll call.
Yeah, we made a motion to hire Joe. I, Joe made the The only one I got was Mr. Thunderbird. I don't know.
Who's, is Joe Children?
That's what I asked him earlier.
Joe Chilton's name?
He's the one who pulled out, this morning.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay. I talked to him this morning, he
That's
doesn't.
what I got before earlier.
Oh,
So so since there's a motion and I've seconded, then we do roll call and then are we gonna decide on wage at the same time?
Well, what we'll do is,
Well, Joe said he agreed with the point too, and I'm good with that.
if that's good for everybody else.
You good with that, Joe?
Yes, sir.
This guy, we can hire him on.
Yeah.
Then just-
determine that.
Just like make them both in motion for both guys. Yeah, or second.
You gotta finish it.
Okay.
There's gotta be some discussion about that.
Right, so, but you guys do have a motion on the table, you got that?
Yeah, we got a motion on the table.
Yeah, I'll hire Joe.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. Do we need a motion on the other guy?
How to word it, I mean, we need to,
The wording would be, if you wanted to hire him, you just hire him subject to negotiations.
yeah,
And then I would just suggest that you take a committee of 2 people and work with them to come up with what you could do for a contract if you wanted to hire him. Because the house, and I will say this is important for the board to understand, there's a rule now, that, we're gonna have to start looking at affordable housing. Because you already own that property, if you were to subject it to, like an AMI percentage and give it to an employee, we would be checking the box on state requirements for affordable housing as well. So that is something that should be discussed, negotiated obviously, and then discussed in private what we do with the house, and then of course we'll put it on public record with the decision. But so my suggestion is if you do want to hire Mr. Funderburg, is that right? Then you would do it just subject to negotiations.
I'm very impressed with that, right? Yeah, I'm good with that, but, it certainly needs to be discussed. So, I'll make a motion that we hire him, based on, negotiation. If the house comes into play, or
House and pay.
house and pay, right?
Second?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. All right. Under new business, a new flagpole in front of town hall.
I sit back down and find out.
No, you haven't.
You haven't started yet.
You're still there, okay?
You haven't written
He
it
said he
up.
was resigning immediately.
Resignation.
It's what his work said.
Oh, we have the computer kernel code for cameras.
That's the one I told that we were gonna
Table?
take off, because he's the one that was gonna do the water tanks, the cameras and everything on there. He had already given us all that, and we did it, come in, how much it would cost. So that's what that is.
Now, do you have some input about the flagpole?
I gave it to Sarah, and I don't know what.
We have it here.
You have it, okay. Well, I thought I saw something, but they didn't know, I know they were down there looking at it.
Yeah, 'cause you got 3 separate bids for a flagpole in front of town hall.
Find anything on eBay, huh? Look out.
We have one for $46.99. have another one for $79.99.
Hey, Bob, can I ask you, how much research did you do on it? I mean, do you have a preference or would, I
The
mean,
one that I gave him is the cheapest one that I could find, and it's a sectional. It's not one that you put up and it stays up. You know, it's a sectional where you can bring it down anytime you want.
yeah, that's the kind I have in my office.
Yeah.
You got 3 pieces to it?
Yeah, it's my best.
Here, this one's it.
Yeah, it's got a button to release it and let it go.
Right. I think that's the one.
Telescope.
Yeah.
Oh, telescope.
Is it to replace one here?
Yeah, that old one that we have up there now, the cable is messed up on it. We're going to try to raise and lower the flag. They get stuck up in there. Basically two
Flags.
pieces of pipe welded together and up there.
Have a little
So
stand
yeah,
up for glory.
they're doing, doing all that other work in front. Not at all.
Might as well upgrade.
Yeah.
I mentioned that, I don't know if you guys decided on where this flagpole is going, but before they put that concrete in, they gotta put in a space pipe, so they could push the flagpole into it. That's before they do that.
Yeah, that's gotta be on, entering the building, entering the building has to be on the right side, you know, on the American flag. I mean, that's what I've always thought. So,
Now, those telescope, flagpoles can have issues in high wind.
Yeah, but it's gonna be protected on that side,
It's gonna be,
because it's gonna be on the right side of the room.
yeah, cause those sections can be, an issue.
well, the way they're building that ramp, the ramp's coming out, and then you're gonna have this section right in here with the dirt, closer to the building, so they can put it like right in there.
Not where it was, right?
No, you
It was on the
don't.
right side.
If you look at the building,
You're
it's on
saying,
the,
what you're saying.
on the right, just, on the other side of the ramp.
So,
Yeah, you gotta pick whatever one you want, like I say, 46, 79, and 61.
well, not because it's the cheaper one, but it's the one that extends, it's a sectional. It happens to be the cheaper one, but
Okay, one of the reasons I thought about a sectional is because that light that's gonna be up on the top, it doesn't last forever.
Yeah.
You gotta bring it down and change the battery, and then put it back up.
And that's the 46.99 one?
yeah.
Because the,
Talking about flagpoles, guys. We got the new ramp going in and everything, so we're gonna get new flagpoles as well.
Yeah, if anything gets damaged.
Be safe, guys.
What's up, council, what you want?
John's on the floor.
Howdy.
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 TJ.
John.
Nice to meet you. The other John says. Howdy. Oh, yeah. Good enough, John? Got it, bro.
On that one page, it says 25 feet is 61.99.
Oh, yeah. They got a 25-footer also.
it's sectional.
Yep.
That's gotta be similar to the one I have, and I have it for like 20 years.
You have a long ending still works, and it's at your place.
Down in my building.
Okay.
Big Dave, Big Dave. Good job, brother. Wonder how I always break shit. Shit.
Approval of bills.
All right. I was commenting the whole time. Eye contact and everything completely different between the two. Over and over and over and over. We got a lot of good video of that.
I did a little bit of sarcasm and she heard it, and so I got it too.
Oh well. She's got evil in her heart. She'll learn it's not a good spot.
And she showed it.
Yeah, bye, tired mama.
Approval to pay the bills.
Just a minute. I thought I am looking at that.
A motion to pay the bills. Second.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
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 Meeting adjourned, 8:03.
Big fuck you for all of them.
What's up?
Huh?
Everybody with your applications through the
No, he represents the bot.
We'll get together.
He represents the bot.
Do you want these applications?
Yeah. Yeah, actually, they have all the other information that I need.
Damn, that's a big old ball spot, guys.
You need to sign in too?
They're not gonna do anything, they're gonna put anybody on the spot. And I didn't want to hear anything. Thank you, guys.
I have an idea how to make that work. So I'm not gonna. But we'll
To make sure that you put it
You did a great job. And they're, you know, they have the, it's the community care.
We do remember, no, they haven't been accepting that. Well, you see my email.
I think it's one of I saw the sheriff mic, I don't even know. Yeah. You guys get some. Oh, I was surprised about that. I was trying to get my officers, that I do prosecution for like other towns.
His officers.
Yeah. Sir, did you guys come for Aguilar days? I was on the are you brand new, like outpost? Or are you? Do you guys send guys to post like on a contract?
Sort of, not really on contracts, but post right now is paying for some academies. So they did the last academy, they're gonna do a spring academy, and I don't know, go on past that, because there's such a shortage of applicants and
Yeah,
stuff.
so.
Because the cost was high.
That's right, buddy.
They started paying for it, so we can have a couple.
Thanks for being here, guys. I know the community and board appreciate it. Good seeing you.
Have a good evening, sir.
See you, brother.
Asshole. All right, man. Somewhere. Appreciate you guys. Y'all definitely can. Y'all didn't do any more than what you're doing right now. That's good, man. We appreciate that. I like how he says my cops. You guys work for us.
Well, we work for
That's
everybody.
fun.
We work for everybody.
Exactly. My cops. He's an arrogant piece of shit, dude. That's my opinion, man. That's my opinion. I mean, I'm nobody, but we do appreciate you guys. I think that's it. I think we earned everything, guys. That's the end of it right here. Appreciate you guys all being in here. Appreciate all the thumbs up. Alright. Head outside. See what's going on out here. More public. Let me get one of those, you people.
That's all he's trying to say. Is it by the year? Is it by the contract? By the
how many grants you put in. Even though he's not getting
Flip the
paid
letter
grant
off,
money,
we don't like that.
he might be getting paid so much by the grants that he gets approved.
Well,
he's got to be getting paid.
You don't have cops, motherfucker. As you learn tonight, they work for us, not you. Learning experience, I get it. Some big-headed motherfuckers know everything. That damn First Amendment is fucking cockamamie, boy. Fuck that First Amendment. That First Amendment is cockamamie. Twisted, you know? Kind of like your fucking ethics, right? Twisted.
Evening.
Yeah.
Have a great night.
We break the law. We've got all these violations of CRS, but if you speak in a meeting, we'll have you fucking under a CRS. You fucking hypocrite, piece
Tyra
of
can
shit.
break the law. She doesn't get arrested.
Yeah.
All she has to do
No
is apologize.
repercussions.
I'll make sure to tell the cop that the next time they want to fuck with me.
Hey, so you can fuck your First Amendment, but mine is good, solid, and true. Guarantee you, bud.
Piece of shit. He understood that I wanted them to remove me from the meeting. He got that right away. Donald didn't.
And these guys did great, dude. You guys did great. Thank you.
Fuck him.
Appreciate it. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, though, right? Oh, look, he fucking parked way the fuck off, didn't he?
And when he got here, he was in the truck with Donald. Because Donald's wife came in her SUV. So when they pulled up over there, he got out of the truck with Donald. And I was standing there, and like, that looks exactly like the attorney. I thought he wasn't going to be on the Zoom because he wasn't going to be here at all. But he came to the actual meeting.
And he got paid for it, too.
Right. So when I talked at the next meeting, I'm going to tell him $8,000 retainer he got was
You think he's afraid somebody's going to do something to his car?
Probably. Because he's been hearing all the rumors from Tyra. She tells everybody to listen, she gets death threats.
From who? From who?
Yeah, we got in.
Everybody else gets death threats, man.
And they all fucking do it, he still can't get his fucking house together, some boy, right back up. Now me and Neverett Township, that's how I ended up here. Lock rock, man. They can't keep this guy. Fucked up. I stand up for the good ones. You know what I mean? That was kind of sad.
I brought my own signing sheet. And the other guy that he didn't know the name was Sachs. Sachs signed the paper, but I don't think he thought that meant that he was going to get up and talk. So I don't think he really wanted to get up and talk. I think he just signed in.
You asked me those questions.
Because
Nothing
they were
personal,
signing
but
in
you
to sign in.
understand where I'm coming from, right? Honestly, I did.
Because I asked him to sign my signing sheet. He did. He goes, oh no, I'm just going to go in
You may
there.
have. I did it. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not a liar. I mean, my camera may have. Would have been my body camera. If it did, because I keep it active anytime I'm out, basically. But I was speaking with Vern Thorne.
I seen one of the volunteer firemen that was at my house this morning when the ambulance got there, talking to them up there, and he walked down here. He was over by the doors when they went in. But,
You know what I mean? Like, I agree.
that's the same guy that was at my house this week. Because when he got there, he used one of their trucks, the gray one.
Right around the corner.
Jory Hansen pulled up, and then 4 minutes later, the ambulance. When he was inside, he said that he was training for front. So they were
kind of giving him advice on stuff that he could do before he's certified and stuff that he could do after he's certified. So that was kind of nice to know because before we had part of the emergency response team. So we had like an old Blazer with lights on it, and 2 or 3 people in town used to take turns using it and driving it. And if they got an emergency call, they would go to the house first, get somebody stabilized, and then let the EMTs know exactly how to get to the property.
Right.
Because a lot of these streets don't have signs on them. So if you don't know where the street is or where the people
Right, John? I'm listening to you. I'm
called, then sometimes it takes them a long time to get there.
John, you're absolutely right.
Oh no, November 4th or 15th or something, you get the packet. And then the election is supposed to be December 12th.
All those motherfucking immigrants. I'm gonna have to go back through the tape. We can always pull it off.
I wrote it down.
I mean,
I forgot already, but I wrote it down.
I mean, it's inner city work. By trade, I'm a fucking.
And then he just saw like a little tiny bit, but
shit like that, dude.
why did they interrupt us?
Starbucks, bro.
Nobody was asking her questions when Vern was up there, and she had to get in, not once, not twice, 5 times.
And she called him Mr. Bully. Like the whole name calling thing was coming from their end, not from our end. And even good citizen, he was like, "You're just gonna piss on your oath." That's not saying anything derogatory towards him. That's saying that he's pissing on his fucking oath, because that's what he's doing. I mean,
Even Adam was covered fucking.
Sue got her fucking answer. He doesn't want to fucking. He doesn't want to take any accountability, just like Tyra don't want to take accountability. Nobody on there wants to take accountability. It's not the town's fault. It's just a mistake.
He wouldn't even say that he shouldn't have said it or apologize for saying it.
No,
He just said
he's not going to do
I'm not going to
anything.
do anything.
He wasn't in no hurry. He wasn't asking us if he needs to get going. He wasn't in no hurry or nothing. But when he pulled up, he turned.
And what I started laughing at was when I told him that Donald can't read or write. Oh, that doesn't have to be. And
Terrible now, bro.
I told him, don't you think the mayor should be able to read and write? He's going to be in charge of a check for the $3.7 million grant. He can't read or write. He doesn't understand that just the loan alone, he couldn't even say the amount at the last meeting.
Well,
He had to ask Gerald 1,000.
Yeah, well, and you see why we exceed the budget, and how what I don't get is how there's a budget with no audit, because the audit is what shows your true fucking spending for the year prior. So if there was no audits done on these years, where did the numbers come from on all of these budgets?
Right. And another thing that I didn't even think about until after I was already sitting down, they put in the budgets for the last 3 years that we paid somebody to do the audits.
Right.
But the audits were not finished or done.
Right.
So that's one of the things that Gully was up there talking about was the audits from way back, even 2014.
It wasn't right. We paid for the service. How come it wasn't done? And they're going to tell you because the auditor decided to quit. Well,
then shouldn't we got our money back? Auditor decided to quit.
Well, I mean, you still got to pay the person for their time, right? So if they were digging through the paperwork and they're like, listen, none of these fucking numbers make sense, I'm not attaching my name to this audit, I'm out, right? Like, they still got to pay him his money, right? So even if audits
at
were
least trying to get it
started,
done, yeah.
right, and that guy did time on it, and he goes, you know what, I'm not attaching my name to this because this is all fucked up.
Right,
And
and
they
give them all
leave.
the paperwork.
Right, I mean, they still have to pay the guy, but the audit isn't complete, so again, where did they get the numbers for their budgets and their actual spending? Because again, we were commenting about how she can get the expenditures and the revenue exactly the fucking same.
Which never happens anyplace else.
Right.
Never.
But, you know, back in the day, they were busted for exceeding their budget, yet we don't even know what kind of budget they're working with because no proper audit has been done. So you don't even know what the proper spending has been for the last 5 years.
Mm-hmm. And part of the thing from the article was that the council members were supposed to be given that paperwork about the audit that didn't go through because I don't remember the reason, but he said I was on the council. Nobody told me about that. Right. So he asked Tyra, and Tyra, well, that's not my responsibility.
No,
Whose
it's not her
responsibility is it?
You're the person that takes like the minutes. I mean, for the most part, she was sitting there texting on her phone all fucking night long. So I don't know how accurate of minutes that she's gonna have in there.
She got up twice and we didn't catch her. One time it looked like she was gonna go outside, and then she turned around before she went through that door and waited, and then came back in.
I know. They were all kind of upset and blah 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 when Vern and David and you got up there to ask them about the accountability questions because they don't want to take accountability. They apologized. They made a mistake. They can apologize. They can break the law and apologize. Well, it's good to know. Next time these guys come after me for breaking the law, I'm going to apologize. Everything should be all good.
Yeah.
Not that I break the fucking law, but just say it. I'm just going to apologize next time I break the law. Everything will be all good. I shouldn't have to worry about tickets or jail time or going to court or
So
losing my position.
So out of all the people that got up and talked, I'm the only one they told my time was up. The only one.
Mm-hmm.
The attorney didn't click in his head. I was the only one that they said your 3 minutes is up.
Yeah, but they had agreed at the very beginning that they were going to walk through whatever Vern and David Gully wanted to talk about. They already agreed to that. When you signed in for the 3 minutes, and they're going to stick to it. Of course, they're going to stick to it with you, and they're going to tell you to get down, and then they're going to tell these guys to come and remove you, and they didn't move an inch.
And then,
I got that right.
And then I see him tell Donald something, and then when Dave got up and kind of like asked me, like to go back to my sheriff's story. Well, I would like to see the sheriff deputies remove me. And the attorney's like, I know you would. We're waiting for it.
Well, he said that it was going to happen, right? He threatened the force.
So that's why I told him. That's part of the intimidation that they've been using here for so many years, right? They tell people, if you do this, we're going to do this. Well, I did that, and that's what they said they were going to do, but they didn't do it.
Right. You proved the point.
So it shows that they were bluffing. Part of it was a
A
bluff.
lot of it's all fucking bluff and fucking bullshit. Like, they want to sit there and they want to say that the First Amendment's cockamamie, yet all the shit that comes out of their fucking mouth don't fucking stand up anywhere.
Right.
They don't. They don't stand up fucking nowhere. And everybody fucking... Why do you think we have so many followers that have been following it for a fucking year? And we're gaining even more because they're not fucking gonna just take the accountability. They're gonna keep pushing it. Well, keep pushing it. That's okay. You don't want the attention, yet you want the attention. I don't get it.
Right. They don't want the bad attention, but they're giving us bad attention by doing what they're doing.
We don't control how people act on the camera. No. We just film it. Some people would call us assholes for it. Other people call us fucking heroes for it. Other people just call us normal fucking people doing what the fuck normal people fucking do. but I've been noticing a lot here lately that a lot more auditors and everything are hitting their town meetings.
You want it to be a teacher, you tell them you want to be a
Doing due diligence on the town meetings as well. So that's a good thing. More and more people are starting to step up and go into their town meetings and start to
Yeah, he was already getting all pissed off about when Vern started kind of arguing with him. I was going to ask him when I started asking him about the filtration system. I was going to ask him a little bit more about the audits. Because when he was at the meeting last Tuesday,
yeah,
he was out here talking to Sam and stuff, and he told Sam specifically that they finished 2018 and they almost finished 19, but that still let the loan go through. How the fuck did it go through if those are not
Yeah, I don't know, because he made somewhat of the same fucking comments the other couple of weeks ago. Something about, well, the audits were done for this portion, and we're good.
Right. So he made it sound like they're up to date. They're not.
Right. No, and we know they're not, and they've admitted it tonight.
I could not believe how just fucking respectful they were to people trying to speak. That
Do you see how this goes? Do you see how this goes? No, hold on.
I went to watch.
It's a good point.
I went to watch.
I want to try to help bridge the gap. You just made a statement, correct?
I went tonight because I wanted to see the mayor's face. I wanted to see Tyra's face, see how they were treating people.
I think
I
there's
wanted
a
to see what was happening.
misunderstanding. I believe there's a misunderstanding. These fellows were not gonna arrest you.
Oh no, I trust these guys.
These fellows are.
I'm
for
not
using,
that
for
bad.
using your words, of being there. People are fucking scared to come here, dude. I hear this.
Well, no, see, that's not my problem. My
My
problem is I didn't want to make things harder for my husband since he's a volunteer fire department fighter. But I've already written all. But I'll tell you what, I've written a whole fucking article that's going to the newspaper. I used to be a writer, so I'm over it.
Oh man, another one. We
That's
got
good.
another one.
That's good.
We got another one.
Another convert.
Slowly but surely. Slowly but surely.
She wanted to see for herself how they were, not just listen to the rumors or kind of watch some of the old
Yeah, because
meetings.
you
She
know,
wanted to come and see.
the biggest fucking thing is we're here giving them fucking problems. We're here causing all the issues. And you heard the lawyer. This was very civil. Yeah, this is how it fucking goes. Ever
That's how
since
it's
I came out here, this is how it's gone. It's when they don't want to listen to something that they feel like they're being attacked, and now all of a sudden everybody's attacking them. No, these are things that need to be brought up. If you don't like what you're hearing, maybe you should talk to your bot and figure out what's really going on. One of my questions was Vern part of the bot now? Because you don't fucking conversate with me. And you specifically told me I only conversate with the bot.
So what he wants me to do at the next meeting is bring up one thing that I'm going to talk about on the agenda, just like Vern and Dave did, and that will be only one of the three things that we're able to talk about.
Yeah.
So I kind of don't like that.
No, because it sounds like they're going to take away the public comment again.
But I'm going to come up with something I'm going to talk about for the next meeting and tell Vern, and then just let Vern put that on the agenda.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much the game that we're playing right now. But Sue had a fucking awesome fucking point. I'm not a part of Vern's fucking committee. I'm a part of me. I'm a part of this community, and I'd like to fucking speak.
Right. We're not going to all want to speak about the same subject that Vern is going to want to talk about.
Right, and You know?
So that's good that they're letting them talk more and at least bring up
Well, I
stuff
mean,
that's good, but
maybe I should have signed up today because, frankly, I'm quite disappointed that Tyra didn't even mention my fucking application to be marshal. In fact, Sue turned and looked at me, and I'm like,
and she said they've had it for 9 months. Well, Colin, in February, Colin hasn't been here for 2 years since he retired. Not 9 months.
well, no, they've had the ad in the paper for 9 months, and they said that they haven't gotten anything. Tyra got a video application from me, and it went on Facebook. It went public. Like, I don't know how much more public. I think I need to stick it on TikTok. I need to stick it on Rumble. No, it's already on Rumble because it's automatically pulled from fucking YouTube. Like, I don't know how much more public I could have made my video application. But, you know, you get a lawyer that doesn't fucking watch anything.
Yeah,
just takes the bots.
He won't
fucking
watch
word.
any of the old videos, any of the old meetings to see what we're talking about, and he's just like, "Oh, I wasn't here for that.
No.
I wasn't there for that."
Tapatios, yes, it is you people. Yeah, no, we didn't let the lawyer dictate shit. In fact, he had parked like way off in like the darkness area. I guess he thought people were gonna fuck up his car or something. I don't know, but he parked way the fuck off. Like I didn't even see him get in the car and take off. That's how far he parked. Right? I should have signed up. I should have signed up tonight, John. I should have. I didn't want to soil what was going on tonight. And, you know, next meeting, I might have another opportunity. Who knows? Who knows? But I'm definitely going to send the lawyer a copy of my video application to Tyra.
That way you can see somebody applied for the marshal position. They just didn't want to go over it at the meeting.
Right.
Any of the meetings.
Oh, Top, it's the same old. Yeah, stuff with the lawyers, stuff with the administration. I mean, Top, you got to go watch from the beginning. It's about 2 hours, but pretty much the administration doesn't want to take any responsibility. Tyra can break the law. She can break CRSs all over the fucking place, and all she has to do is apologize. I didn't realize that all you had to do is apologize when you break the law, and nothing happens to you. I'm going to apologize the next time that I take an 8th pallet off of, you know, the stack and they try to fire me. I'm going to apologize and see if that works too. Fucking killing me, bro. Yeah, Mama Vicky was there. I got footage of Mama Vicky on mine. Mama Vicky wasn't happy with none of us recording her. She was happy to record everybody else, but she wasn't happy to be recorded.
I thought she was going to be dumb enough to speak on something. Every time Vern and Tyra were arguing back and forth, I thought she was
Good citizen, let him go home, man. The meeting's done.
No, another one just came, man.
Oh, another one came.
Another sheriff truck.
All right, you probably take care. I appreciate you guys again. We'll see you again.
Night.
Oh, guys. I've been over here dealing with this.
I've been
People guy, I was over there trying to bridge the gap with these guys a little bit, you know. We did good tonight. Remove him! Yeah, how the fuck that work out? Huh, Robert?
Yep.
How'd that work out for you, buddy?
Well, I was hoping that they would at least walk me to the door.
Those cops didn't budge an inch.
They didn't budge. They didn't stand up. They didn't walk towards me. They didn't say, "Well, Robert, can you go sit back in your chair? Can you stop talking?" Because it's past 3 minutes. They said nothing.
I told him,
Nothing.
yeah, deputies, remove this man. Please do. Oh, fucking idiots. And the lawyer, at the end of the meeting, he's talking to the cops, and it was in the live. I don't know if you guys can hear it.
But he's like, oh yeah, my cops, I do this and I do that for them, and my cops are this and that. Motherfucker, you don't have cops here. Cops here are working for the citizens. Okay? There they go.
Bye.
Nice fellers.
Ah, I got the little flash.
Nice fellers. You know? Alright guys, I appreciate y'all, man. I know this is fucking almost a 3-hour live.
I know, and I gotta get home because I still
So,
have to be up at 4 o'clock.
yeah, this guy's got work
I
at 4 in the
went past
morning.
3 minutes. I made the meeting too long.
Yeah, Robert is the reason why the meeting was 3 hours long. It's all his fault.
It's all his fault.
Thanks for the thumbs up, guys. 21 thumbs up in here on the stream.
Hell
Really do
yeah.
appreciate it. John, top of Tito's, good to see you. Yeah, bro, of course, we got each other's back. Got to. That's what it's about. All right, guys, you be safe. You guys have a great night. We'll catch you on the next one. All right. Later.